Having a space to work in is super important to me. The little office cupboard which we got when we moved in last year had served us well. But now me and Mark were keen for an upgrade, a space in which we could both work in together. Tour. My chair is really squeaky and I hope that doesn't ruin the audio of this video. I hope not. So yeah, today's video is all about my new workspace, the new studio, the upgrade. It just feels so good to be finally sharing it. So yeah, today's video is gonna kind of show you guys my space as a digital marketing postgrad student, as a filmmaker, as a photographer, as a designer, as an illustrator, as a human being. Like, this space is used for so many different things, so I hope that you guys get something from it, and if not, I hope you just enjoy watching it because this has been really fun to film, so I hope you guys appreciate it. But yeah, we set up this space, as you saw in like the little intro there, in our spare bedroom. We bought all our furniture from IKEA, and yeah, I just committed to doing up this room to being a space we wanted to be in. It's really important for me and Mark to have a space we like being in. Having everything in here the way that we do, it's just perfect. It's just chef's kiss. I'm really excited to share it with you guys. So like I said, this is set up in our spare bedroom, and we did want it to still function as a spare bedroom, so we've kept the bed in, but we added in this really nice tapestry just to like tie the room together a bit more and also hide this really ugly wooden like paneling that was on the wall. This whole room had a completely different layout before, and we totally just moved everything about to try and get the best layout and possible works situation for us. Initially, we had our desks at either side of the room, so we would have our backs to each other. But once we had built the desks, we kind of put them in the middle and really liked this layout and the fact that we could just like peek over our monitors and say hello. It was kind of cute. As you come into the office, study, spare room, whatever you want to call this, I don't know. I like to give it very many different names. One day we might settle on a name. My desk is on the left, underneath the window or beside the window, and I really like being next to a window. That was one thing that the little cupboard cupboard office studio vibe thing lacked, was daylight. It was so disorientating going in there in the morning when it was sunny outside and then coming out and it was dark outside because you just didn't have a concept of time. So on my desk we have a various few things, but I think we'll start with the most expensive purchase on my desk, and probably the most exciting part of this desk tour, is my upgrade to a Mac Mini. So many people have been asking me questions about this, and I wish I could answer them all, but I am still very new to using the Mac Mini. This is my second week of using it, and one of those weeks I barely even touched it because I was just having one of those off weeks where I wasn't really doing a lot. I desperately need to upgrade. I was using my MacBook Pro that I bought when I was in first year of uni, so it was a 2015 model. I will admit, I didn't really research into the Mac Mini before buying it, and it caused me a lot of stress once it arrived because I didn't have a monitor or a keyboard or anything. I was so unprepared. But I don't regret buying it. It's been super cool editing, things on After Effects and Premiere with it. It's super speedy on Photoshop. That is just me initially using it. It could just be because it's nice and fresh out the box. Now, like I said, I didn't really research the Mac Mini that much, but I did go for the higher upgrade for 16 gigs of RAM because my MacBook had 8 gigs of RAM, and if it was struggling, I kind of knew I would need to at least increase my RAM as well as my processor and all that jazz. This Mac Mini does have the M1 chip, which is the all-integrated Apple processing chip thing. It's your processor and your graphics card in one. Again, should have probably researched a little bit more into it, but for me, it does the job. It feels pretty fluid and it can handle my edits, which was my main concern. I know the Mac Mini probably isn't the most powerful thing in the world, but I did not have $5,000 to spend on an iMac Pro. So it's kind of like a little stepping stone until I'm more ready to actually invest in a more intense upgrade. This is something that's going to tide me over for the next year or so, I hope. Next to my little Mac Mini is the monitor that I bought for it. Again, like I said, I was super unprepared when buying my Mac Mini. So I just got this HP monitor. I think it's a 24-inch from Argos. It was about £110. What I really like about this monitor is it has a nice matte finish, so you're not getting the reflections of light, which I used to always get with my MacBook. I love a Retina display, it's just, but the glare was so annoying when you're working near a light source. Again, I don't know if this is a thing with Big Sur or if it's the monitor that's making me feel this way, but it also feels very soft. It's easy on my eyes, it just feels nice and smooth, and I just like it. Something else to help my eyes, nice segue there, is my blue light glasses. I've seen a lot of people raving about these online, and I've been getting more headaches when I've been sitting at my computer all day long. I don't know if it's because I'm genuinely getting a headache from all the work I have to do, or I've been staring at a screen for too long. So I bought a pair of these off Amazon for £5. I'm trying them out. I want to see if they're any good. Stay tuned to find out if they are. And the blue light glasses just live in this nice little desk caddy, which I also bought from Amazon. I really wanted a desk caddy because I find myself just hoarding things on my desk. I have so many things that I'm reaching for and I want near me, so it just kind of lives on my desk. Notebooks and pens and batteries and SD cards and AirPods. These things I want near me, and some things that I don't need as often, like camera chargers and things like that, will be in the shelving unit behind me. But most stuff that I need quickly is going in this desk caddy. At the back of the caddy, you can fit 2 notebooks, which is perfect for me because I like to just minimize it to 2 notebooks. And then behind the caddy I have my iPad, but the 2 notebooks I have in there is my Made Brave Electrum notebook, which is where I take all my notes, any lists or to-dos or things I want to get done, kind of goes in there. This is my notebook I use for when I'm in meetings or on a call and I just need to jot something down quickly. I do like to use my notes app on my phone or my Mac or my MacBook or my iPad because it all syncs up. But sometimes just having a physical notebook to write things down is so much easier for me, and I just like having it to hand. So that's why it's there in the little caddy. And then behind the Made Brave Electrum notebook, you have my 2021 lilac diary thing that I got from Typo. Can I just say, Typo is highly underrated for such cool things. I love their humor, being someone who loves branding and brand language and brands. When you see a brand like be so fun and socially engaging and just energetic in a product is really nice. It was also on sale. I got it for £1.50. It was a bargain, and it's just nice. Feels like good quality. I think it's also recycled paper, which just makes me feel even better. And yeah, I'm hoping to use this as a more day-to-day what needs to be done, like appointments I might have or posts I need to go post. And behind the desk caddy, kind of just perched against the wall, is my iPad. I like to have this again to hand because I use it for a lot of little animations that I do. And next to my desk caddy is usually like a cup of coffee or my massive goth juice cup, which mostly has water in it. Sometimes something else. Depends on what kind of day I'm having. And then behind my coffee or goth juice, we have my big old lamp, again from IKEA. It's perfect because it's a nice like warm light, especially for when I'm filming at nighttime. Actually, back to the Mac Mini, I forgot to mention this earlier, is the abundance of cables strewn from it. The Mac Mini only has 2 USB ports, which is a bit of an issue. So I have one of those ports is connected to my keyboard and mouse, and the other port is then connected to a USB port extender. And in that extender, I usually have a couple of hard drives and an Apple cable connected so that I can charge either my phone or my AirPods or my iPad, whatever is needing charged. The cable management system is not the tidiest, but it's functional, so we let it pass. Now, because I bought a Mac Mini, I had to buy all the other parts to go with it, like a keyboard and mouse. Again, this was kind of a panic buy situation where I just was fed up of the fact that nothing was working and I just had to buy a mouse set really quickly. And I went on Amazon and I found this kind of knockoff Apple version. I really wanted an Apple keyboard or like a knockoff Apple keyboard because I was not willing to relearn all the commands I had learned in all my different Adobe apps over the years. Like I was not going to a Windows keyboard. It needed to have the Apple buttons. So this one is a very conceiving, I don't know. It looks a lot like an Apple keyboard. Like it's the same colors, the same kind of shape, it has the same sort of feel. It's maybe a little bit more clunky than an Apple keyboard. It is annoyingly different in the sense that the buttons are in a different order for the command, function, alt, and control buttons. They have all swapped place and it makes it so much harder for me to do the basic functions like copying and pasting. Like it takes me a good few attempts. The mouse kind of needs to be using a mouse mat, and as a kind of temporary problem-solving fix, I ended up using my weekly planner as a mouse mat, which isn't terrible, I'm not gonna lie. It means that I can see the things I need to do on my weekly basis, and it's easy and accessible, and I just know what's happening for the rest of the week. I mean, I do really love this weekly planner from Disco and Coffee, so I feel bad using it as a mouse mat, but also it works, so I don't know. Should I get a mouse mat or should I just continue using the planner? Got a lot darker there and I'm really cold, so I'm putting a blanket on, sorry. Had a phone call, had to take that, so where were we? Initially, my weekly planner's position was up on the cork board, and it looks great up there because I can just turn around and see my dates or my things to do really quickly and easily. And also, it just looks really nice on my cork board. One thing I will say about the cork board and how it's evolved over the years is that I've definitely become more aware of manifestation and vision boards and, how these things correlate. I never used to treat them as vision boards, but it has occurred to me that some of the things I've been pinning on my boards have come into fruition. Things have happened from them, especially certain brands that I really enjoy or companies I really like. I've actually ended up working with them. So take for example my little Doric skateboard. I screen printed that with Gary back in probably like 2016, 18, I don't know. It's a good few years ago, as part of a workshop. And I kept it on my board and I really liked it. And as of 2020, I now work with Dorksgate Boards as one of their designers. So that's really fun. And I just think having something like that come to light, just, you know, even after, not just from having it on my board, but from seeing it and just thinking about it, somehow, somewhere the dots connected. Same with Snap. I kept James's business card that he gave me when they did the shoot for Ray's School of Art. And yeah, now I freelance with them and it's great. I won't talk too much about vision boards and all that fun stuff because I could talk about it for ages, but I really love the idea that, you know, having these things in sight and in mind, it just kind of somehow all connects. Maybe I'll make a video all about it because I do really enjoy it, but maybe not today, not today's video. Back to my desk, on the right hand side of my monitor, there is usually an empty space that I will normally fill with either my MacBook or my iPad. Sometimes I like to put my iPad there so I can watch videos while doing work on my main monitor. Other times I like to have my MacBook there, especially for when I'm doing uni calls and uni classes. Because I don't have a webcam with this monitor, it's kind of necessary for my Zoom calls to have my MacBook still in the vicinity of this desk. But yeah, usually that space has something sitting in it. It's very rarely empty. So that's the overall desk setup. As for the rest of the room, I really love the fact that like where my desk is situated, I can just look up and see this beautifully decorated IKEA shelving unit. I'm really lucky that me and Mark both really like each other's design kind of like interior things. He put up these really cool vinyls on the wall, I absolutely love. He put one of the Bring Me albums up, again, I absolutely love. And it's just nice getting to like just look up and see nice things. Also filling the IKEA unit with things we both really like was nice. Like, oh, my little Eevee in its Pikachu costume is just the cutest thing ever to be looking at. I firmly believe that your setup needs to be somewhere you enjoy working, because you need to be able to work in your work environment, and having it surrounded by things that make you happy and joyful and work better is just fucking motorbikes. Also, just upgrading to a Mac Mini has now opened up the possibility of doing such bigger video edits, so I'm so excited to get back on the video editing train and do some bigger edits. You can expect to see some cool videos coming up soon, some projects that have been in the works for months and I've just been unable to finish because of my really bad MacBook. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like. I probably should have mentioned earlier in the video, but any products I mentioned will be linked below. I'm gonna try out affiliate links, so hopefully they work. If they don't work, it's fine. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, bye.